So today I want to talk about one of the things that I wish I had paid more attention to when I was involved in my own toxic relationships. And it's just one of those key things that you tend to notice and it bothers you, but you just kind of excuse it and let it go because, well, most of the time, toxic people involved in abusive relationships, especially emotionally abusive relationships, are drawn to the more empathetic, drawn to the more understanding, drawn to people with a hero complex, drawn to people that just love to be needed. They love to help people they care about. So you tend to excuse things. Well, that area is apologies. This used to torment me so much, but if you're involved with somebody who's toxic, somebody that's a borderline personality disorder, or a narcissist, or a sociopath, or a psychopath, any one of those things, they tend to have a hard time being able to express remorse because it involves admitting a flaw, it involves admitting weakness, and a lot of times during the love bombing stage, they might actually show some signs that actually hint that they actually have some empathy. Like there might be a time where they're not only sorry, but they're incredibly sorry, so that really pulls you in. But once you're really in the relationship, one of the things that used to hurt me the most, and it would always confuse me, but I was in such a hurry to forgive and to get closer and to get past whatever thing it was, that I would just excuse it and move on. But what they'll tend to do is, if it's your fault, if you get in an argument and something is your fault and you admit it, they'll tend to make you apologize in detail. They'll make you apologize. They'll not only accept that you were wrong, but they'll go to great lengths to explain how much you hurt them. They'll go to great lengths to explain why you were wrong, how you were worse than them, how they wouldn't have done that. They'll be confused. Like, how could you possibly do this to me? I just don't understand. And you'll end up not only apologizing once, you'll end up apologizing over and over, sometimes for hours. But when the shoe's on the other foot, when they're the ones that have made the mistake, they're the ones that owe you an apology. It's like it hurts them so much to admit flaw and to bring that out that you'll end up apologizing to them for the apology they have to give to you. And one thing you'll notice is that, let's say that we're in an argument and I do something wrong and I admit it and I apologize because I understand that I caused you pain. Well, what's supposed to happen in a healthy apology is that I understand that I hurt you. So if I know I'm the one to blame, then the fault for causing you pain is going to be my top priority. And even though apologizing is embarrassing, it's sometimes humiliating, sometimes it's awkward, sometimes it's hard. But the beauty of an apology is that it shows I'm willing to be embarrassed because I know I owe it to the pain I caused you to admit fully what I've done. And anytime somebody apologizes to you and you know that they can do it humbly and they can do it willingly and they can do it gently, then it proves that your feelings mean more to them than some sense of perfection. But if you're involved in a relationship with somebody who's toxic, then what happens is it hurts them so much more to have to admit that they were wrong, that you can tell that is way more important to them than any feelings of yours that they may have hurt. They look at it like it's, who are you? I mean, inside what they're really thinking is, who are you to be telling me that I did something wrong? I'm so much better than you. You're not worth my apology. And in some ways, you're not playing your role, because your role isn't to make sure things are fair and balanced in a relationship. Your role is to do what you're told. Your role is to build them up. Your role is to be their source of importance. And you're not really playing your part right if you hold them accountable for anything. And the logic really falls apart pretty quick when you think about it. Like if you were to go to a store and return something, you may have heard this example before, but it's so true. If I were to go to a store that I loved and return something, and they beat me up over it, and they have 10 questions for why I don't like it, and they have 20 questions for why I want to return it, and they give me a hassle about giving me my money back, because they clearly don't want to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm happy, You're not going to walk out of that store thinking, hey, they made some really good points. I want to make sure I come back here again because they're really intelligent. They pointed out all the things that I did wrong. You're going to think, how I feel doesn't matter to the store as much as the money. What they get from me is a lot more important to this store than how I feel and how good I feel about what I bought here, what I purchased here. Well, it's the same way in a relationship. Healthy people understand that realizing you've done something wrong can be a really good thing because it gives you a chance to apologize. It gives you a chance to prove how much they mean to you. It gives you a chance to prove that you don't think you're perfect. It gives you a chance to show that you don't think you're infallible. It lets you show humility, which can always be a good thing. Toxic relationships don't understand that. They have a problem, they have a challenge communicating an apology and feeling sorry because they're not as sorry that they hurt you as they are sorry that you noticed and sorry that you would dare say something to them. That's not a healthy relationship. So that's one of the things that I would notice consistently. But there wasn't a lot of information out there. And then the truth is, a lot of times I would take that chance to apologize for something that I knew I didn't even do because it was just a chance to move past it. And a lot of times I thought, if I can just get past this moment, even if it means an apology that I really shouldn't have to give, it'll lead to peace. And I just really want peace again. So that's another dangerous sign. Because somebody who really loves you should want to apologize to you as much as they need to hear it when you're the one that did something wrong. So anyway, that's about it for the apology and the breakdown of that. If this is helpful to you at all, please give me a like, subscribe, and let me know what else you would like to go into detail about as far as toxic relationships. And thanks a lot. All right, bye.